This is TWiT.
This week, OpenAI announced that they're going to start using Reddit content, which I think will greatly improve ChatGPT. But I think there are a few Redditors who aren't so happy about that. They're not getting a cut in the deal. My attitude is, maybe I'm in a different perspective than most people because I don't have to really earn a living anymore, et cetera, et cetera. Great. That's going to make ChatGPT better. Bravo. And
it depends which subreddit you're going on, but no.
Well, it depends how they use the thing. I don't know if you know, there was a video I watched where in the early AI days, to have AI get conversational, there weren't a lot of like public databases. They used the Enron emails because they were made public.
Oh my God.
So now you have a lot. It's good to have
hysterical.
access for a pure AI system to have back and forth conversation.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right. I get the issue like Redditors would have, but also the flip side is you've been creating content for free.
Yeah, they've been doing it all along. Yeah.
On this website, and
what'd you think?
It's
what'd you think was going to happen?
I mean, it's a crazy world. But
that's different than somebody like the Register whose content's getting scraped by a Google or an OpenAI and then served up as search results without ever having people click back to the source.
It's a bit of a pain, it's got to be said, but I don't honestly see a way out of it. I mean, as Ben said, this kind of data is being scraped on a massissive scale.
You're awfully sanguine about it. I don't think the New York Times is quite so happy.
We don't have their lawyers, but
don't even know if they'll win. That'll be an interesting case.
I mean, if it was actually, I check occasionally just to see if it's actually regurgitating our stuff in full, and I can see elements of it, but they're not actually directly copying. Yes, the New York Times and others, they are going up against it. I've got a feeling they're going to lose on that front, to be honest, because the actual occurrences where you're directly copying, and their argument is that people will use this to get around the firewall.
No, they're not.
They're really not.
There's no legit way to read the New York Times on OpenAI. But I would be more concerned with the way that search engines are using this content. If I ask when's, I don't know, what's a good example? Well, I just actually did.
I'm trying to find the tweet because when ChatGPT first launched, I went onto it and it was just like, right, who is the journalist Iain Thomson? And it got the name right. Apparently,
it said you were dead?
Well, apparently I'm an award-winning journalist and I haven't won an award since school. I've written for the New York Times. Nope. The Guardian. Nope. It was just like...
On the other hand, I asked Perplexity AI, what is a Roth IRA? Mm-hmm. And I got probably the answers I wanted, right? Every bit of information I wanted. Now, it does give you a footnote. This is all you get, is a footnote to Investopedia and Investor.Vanguard and Fidelity and Khan Academy. But I would expect that the folks at Khan Academy might be a little miffed that the content from their video has been extracted and presented to me with this minor little footnote linking back. I'm never going to link back because I've got everything I want right here.
Well, I mean,
so isn't that problematic?
My guess is that we are entering an age where much information is commodified. And information like that, what is a Roth IRA, could be considered a commodity information. It's just something that is in the general knowledge base. And that is something that AI will be able to summarize very well, but that there could be outliers, musicians, artists, good writers who creates things that AI can't replicate, and those outliers will continue to exist. Everyone else is going to become training data.
So if you're not Bach or Beethoven, get out of music? Is that how it works?
There's going to be a big shift. Like we were talking about Google search. Like now you have the AI results on the top. How many people are not clicking links as a result of that?
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Right. Google estimated that there will be a drop of 40% to publisher websites. Google's own numbers say 40% drop to publisher websites, which is why the media was freaking out. Yeah,
not merely because those websites are getting hurt, but Google's going to run out of material if you don't incentivize people to create content. If you pull the rug out from under them, then 5 years down the road, you have no source.
Yeah. This is literally why there's companies building AIs to have conversations to train AIs, which sounds like its own recursive loop.
That doesn't sound like a good idea at all.
I'm curious, just feeding it more and more like new data doesn't necessarily, have the exponential returns as it did before. There would probably have to be another leap or two, but you have to have new and current information for the AIs to go and be useful.
Right.
I'll say one other thing, which like we're thinking about like the humans in loop. I think this is part of why like there'll always be humans in loop. It'll just look different. I'll give you an example. There was like a company that went viral on Twitter called Payman. Instead of you paying the AI to do work for you, the AI pays you to do work for it. You can imagine an AI eventually being able to write articles or write code or do design work, but it loops in a human to do the code review, to give design feedback, to choose out edit an article, but the script is flipped, but a human is still involved. Crazy stuff.
That actually, I told my daughter this would be a good job as tuning AIs.
I'm not sure.
There may be more jobs doing that than writing editorials.
Yeah, I mean, on the other hand, I saw on LinkedIn somebody was actually advertising for people to do that, and you can work as many hours as you want.
$1 an hour, right?
$15 an hour, yeah, minimum wage.
You can't live on that.
And it's kind of like, yeah. Well, first off, who are you going to get for that kind of salary? It's going to be somebody who will be doing it for 20 hours and just to make a living. And yeah, the quality is not going to be there.
Hey, thank you for watching this little snippet from our big show, the News Roundtable This Week in Tech. I'm Leo Laporte. Each week we cover the week's tech news, in-depth analysis, but it's also fun and engaging. You'll find it at twit.tv along with all of our shows. And if you want more, just hit the subscribe button and we'll be sure to bring you a lot more great content. Thanks for listening.